What's up, Juventini? Tudor, is he or is he not in control of Juve's roster? We have a list of redundancies. Who does he want to protect and who is he fine to say goodbye to? We're going to break it down. Meanwhile, are we in danger of losing Kolo Muani and Vlahovic proposed to Newcastle? There's a carousel going around over there, and we've got an offer apparently coming in for Savona. And is the path going to open up for Vega's return? We're going to break it all down right now. I'm Berto. This is the AJC, your channel dedicated to Juventus. It's August 8th. Let's rock with the news. We're going to kick things off with Juventus. Apparently, now that Seško is signed with Manchester United, is going to propose Vlahovic to Newcastle in hopes of landing a deal. However, it continues that it doesn't end there. It's going to be Vlahovic, Luiz, plus some cash to try and land Sandro Tonali. Gazzetta, by the way, everybody. I appreciate them trying to lift the spirits in a Mercato that is completely frozen until we say goodbyes. However, not buying this. The credible people still remain adamant Tonali is not going anywhere this season. Now, when you get to Vlahovic, the credible guys are stating Milan is still Juve's best hopes for saying goodbye. And there are fresh contacts between Milan and Vlahovic, also between Milan and Juventus for the move. Apparently, Juventus will not budge. Outright deal they want, looking for a number between 30 and 35 million euros for the player. They will not accept exchanges. It needs to be a straight across move for the player. Now, when we get to this whole thing with Newcastle, it gets interesting because it does make sense to hear a report that we could propose him now that a lot of the top targets are gone at striker. However, there's still one remaining, which is Kolo Muani. And has Juve now blown it by not pushing for sales harder or getting some goodbyes going because Newcastle is being reported to now make a move for Kolo Muani. So let's wait and see, everybody. But maybe, just maybe, we waited a little bit too long. As far as another player waiting for Juventus, Sancho apparently has rejected a couple of offers from clubs because he's sticking to his agreement of 6 million plus bonuses with Juventus and waiting for us to go and get him. But again, let's wait and see, everybody. Meanwhile, for the goodbyes that we need, the list of redundancies have come out, at least at the back line. And it is Giallo, Rugani, Savona, and even Kelly, all seen as redundancies that we could say goodbye to. But when it comes to Kelly, we probably aren't going to see the number around that 17 to 18 million euros that Juve wants because they're unwilling to take any losses on any deals at the moment. So then you got Giallo, Rugani, and Savona. Well, where does Tudor come into play? Because yesterday we were hearing that he wants to block the Miretti deal. We heard that he wanted to block the Costa deal. That still went down. But was that because João Mario then became part of it? And Tudor said that's fine. When it comes to Rugani, we heard last week that Tudor wants him to remain and admires him. However, fast forward 1 week and now all of a sudden his chances of leaving are high, according to the reports. When it comes to Giallo, Tudor is using him a lot, almost as a main in training camp so far, as if he is going to be remaining this season. We also have Kostic in the mix where Tudor admires the player and is happy to have him remain this season, and the player is also happy to stay at Juventus. So what's going to give? If an offer comes, will management act, or does Tudor actually have the say? We're waiting because right now this is a total wild card. But the offers, will the offers end up doing the talking? Maybe. Savona, we might face that fact because an offer could be coming. It is being reported that the Wolves are ready to step in with an offer for 17 to 18 million euros with a 10% sell-on clause for Savona. I'm asking all of you, would you accept that deal? Hit me in the comments. Now at the back line, could some goodbyes there open up the path for Vega? We've heard as of late that there have been fresh contacts between Vega and Juventus, and it is being rumored that a path could open up, but the move would have to be another loan, at least kicking things off with a loan. So Vega to Juventus still in play if certain dominoes fall in line. Let's wait and see, everybody. Meanwhile, at the midfield, we have news on McKennie. Apparently, he is also on that redundancy list, and Juve's looking to move him. However, the player has rejected the clubs that have come forward so far, and apparently he's happy to play out the final year of his contract. Juve obviously would rather have a deal done there, but it looks like there's no renewal in sight. And right now, McKennie ain't saying yes to everybody. So you got a little bit of a problem there. But we do have another target, at least that Juve has made an inquiry about in the midfield, and that's Amadou Haidara, the 27-year-old from RB Leipzig. And he's available for 20 to 25 million euros. But again, does this really matter? We have to say goodbyes. And right now, we are frozen. And that is the latest. When it comes to some youngsters, though, Rui and Adzic, it appears that they are going to be heading out on loans. And that is where we end the news break. You know what to do. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, join our AJC Army, but let's mix it up. I want to know what you think about all of today's Juve news. There are some fans out there claiming worst Mercato ever. How do you feel about this one? I'm going to say it right now. It's not my worst. But is it yours? Let's mix it up, everybody. Want to hear from you. And of course, I'm back tomorrow with another edition. Till then, fino alla fine. Forza Juventus. Ciao tutti.